So here we are, guys. I'm RyRy. Ryan is my real name. So we're just going to have a little look around New Build Park and maybe have a little build of something. Maybe sort this thing out here. Excuse me. Giga Coaster. Get that back up and running. But yeah, welcome all new subscribers. Hey Duckman, how's things? How you doing? I'm very good. Had a nice day at work. Coming to the end of the week now. So thought I'd make sure you guys get a good look around this, and now that I can talk and also talk to you guys live, which is really cool. I know there's a slight delay, so I apologise for that. But that's YouTube. So obviously a lot of you like my videos over the last 12 months, which has been really appreciated. And if I'm really honest with you guys, very lifting. It's nice to see that 2 years of playing this game pretty much straight up has been worthwhile in a lot of people's eyes, which is good. And a lot of people ask me how I do things, and to be perfectly honest with you, I just build. And I know it sounds absolutely stupid, but I've picked up things, watched a lot of YouTube videos, watched a lot of good builders, and collabed with a few people as well, and you learn things as you go. People ask me how you do this and do that, and sometimes you can't really explain, you just kind of do it. And how things come out as well when people say about theming. So for instance here, excuse me, a little bit of a cough at the minute. It's not what you think it is. But I'm going to kind of replicate the front entrance at the second terminal here, and then have it spin off onto here, which then will be a little bit of a different look to it. But yeah, and then have a few shops around. We've already got a plaza just over here. And as you can see, one thing I always say to people is ride layout and pathing. If you get the paving down and the rides done, it's then pretty smooth going from there. I do play a lot in pause mode purely to keep the FPS up. Does make a huge difference. But also I don't start theming the rides until I've fully finished them in respect to smoothing, how quick I want them, make sure the block stations are right, which I'm only just getting used to be perfectly honest with you. It's one thing I've tried to do in Thunderland, but didn't work. So yeah. So 5 subscribers. Hey guys, welcome. There's one thing I do want to say on a personal note is you never realise how good you are until people give you feedback. And the one thing you don't realise, like with this, there's a few people that I've sent personal pictures to and they absolutely adore how that it's been put together and everything like that, and you don't realise that until people say. And it's just layers, literally layers. And again, people say how do you do this, how do you do that, and I don't mean to keep saying it, but you just layer. So for instance, the first thing that happened with this particular plaza area was the brickwork. Brickwork goes in. There's probably about 50 different buildings here, but they just blend perfectly together. And then you put the trim work round, so then you'll see the blue kind of coppery look here. You work with the trim. To be honest, the second stage I actually did was this section here, the roof to the excuse me, the chairlift. And then it kind of, I thought to myself, well, how can I replicate that in different ways? So they may look very similar, which they are, but then you got them slanted, you got different lengths, you got the cove section just around here where it kind of blocks out the windows and just gives it a different look all the way through, even though it can look a little bit repetitive. But at night time it looks absolutely beautiful. Cheers Bill, appreciate it mate. Or should I say cheers boss, thank you. But nighttime coming along really well. There's a few bits that people may comment on saying why I didn't sync these more. Well, there's one main reason for that is on the reflections here and along here. When you actually sync them into it, they disappear on the reflection. So you kind of got to compromise with it. So you can't make it look absolutely perfect, but then you still get the other effects that, you know, come in tow with that. But then also you'll see there's no lighting reflection here from the lights underneath. That's just the way the game is. So, but yeah, and then as you come through, one thing I try and do in all my parks is have a central look to the park. So for instance, we've got the carousel central to the chairlift. We've then got the big wheel just behind, central to all of it, and along with the ascendant shooter as well. And it just kind of gives it another dimension. And then I wouldn't say I replicate, but what I've tried to do with this one is have kind of a viewpoint. So as you come through, you've just got reflections of everything coming off. So these will be lit up a bit like the Arrow coaster just here. And then you'll have some great reflections coming off the lake. Now that the computer's running a lot better, I'm going to attempt a fireworks show, I think. Not too sure where to do it from, whether to build a plaza in the centre here and have it go off in the middle of the lake, or have points come over where they shoot out here, for instance, through rock work. That's about the only planning I've kind of done with it, really. Wasn't a happy bunny a few weeks ago, or should I say a couple of months ago, because I had done a huge amount of work to this, what do you call it, cascade. And unfortunately, when I stopped playing to do the Pirates Cove mini contest park, I had a failsave. So I lost this entire ride apart from the first scene. So kind of got me down a bit. Had a couple of months off, kind of just not really having a huge amount of inspiration to play for the game. And you can see, if anyone's been following on Twitter or had a look at previous videos, this was all lit with, sorry, dog's barking, all lit with flames, and there was, you know, carnage everywhere. You had a couple of boats here, and this was all blocked off. We had a great thunderstorm going just here, which I've tried to replicate, but I wasn't happy with it. It just doesn't have the depth to what the last one had, so I've got to figure that one out again. But it will come to me again. I just want to leave that area for now and focus on other things, really, and get it going. Sorry if I'm a bit boring. I don't know if you guys are enjoying it. This is my first time talking to you guys on YouTube, so yeah, feedback's appreciated, guys. But happy with a lot of the coasters. Done a little bit of kind of theming to this. This park's not going to be kind of what I have done in the past. It's going to be more, I wouldn't say Six Flaggy, but what I kind of want to do with it is have that esque to it. Excuse me. And but also one thing I'm focusing on more than anything is the lighting. So the fairy lights are going to be one of the prominent features in the entire park, as you can see with the Enterprise. Marley, sorry, my dog's just jumped up on me. Marley, good boy. Cheers, Duckman, appreciate it. Marley, come on, mate. Ow! Baby's biting my feet. Marley, good boy. Stop it. Come on, down. Dude. Marley. Right, okay. So, one written rule, is coasters. One thing I do with coasters is I do a layout and so forth. One thing I had done with this park was had a coaster, which you may have seen the videos on, what was it, YouTube and Instagram, which was this one, and it was quite a unique one, but I wasn't happy with it, so I kind of took it out of the park. It worked really well. Just do a little bit of a POV here now. But it just, I don't know, it didn't sit right in the park. So I kind of took it out, and I'll show you in a minute what I replaced it with. Actually, I replaced it with two coasters, so I had a little bit of a bonus. This was just an idea where I didn't want to have any left turns in respect to actually banking. And, yeah, I was going to have it, the thought process process was like, I don't know, racing track kind of thing with the grandstand behind it, and bits and bobs commentary. But it worked really well, and I think, to be honest, it'd be in something in the future, maybe online. So, sorry, dog's barking again. But no, it worked really well, but I just wasn't happy with it for this park, should we say. I don't know, you never know. This is another series park, so it may come back, I don't know, but just a bit too jerky, weren't happy with it, and just kind of didn't want to go with it, really. So that was that. We'll just back up from that. And this is kind of what I replaced it with, which I think worked really well. There are a few bits I want to have a play with, because I'm just not happy with the timing. But very Smiler-esque style, should we say, from Alton Towers. Something I've ridden many a times and put myself through it all the time for some unknown reason. But we do these things in life, don't we? So yeah, we're going to the first Cobra roll. So it's quite neat over the path. There will be a self-built structure eventually around that. And I love how it smooths in here, but I'm just not happy with these bits. And I've got to sort the timing out for the block stations, because there's one there and then there's one immediately after this one. So I just need to rethink about how I want to do this one. I love the layout, I think it's really cool, and when it's finished, I'm not too sure what I'm going to do theming wise, but it's going to be very close, very kind of hip-choppery style, but at the same time I want to kind of keep the track open, so when you look down on it, there's some good viewpoints. I have some tunnels for bricklayers. This bit I want to change for a barrel roll. I think that'll look pretty cool, just a nice slow one over the launch, but again, just sort the timings out for the interaction, should we say, the dueling aspect of it. And then I put a little mouse coaster in, which I'm pretty happy with, actually. Sorry for the cough, guys. But you can see from here you've got great angles of that. You've also got the B&M style, Hulk style coaster, should we say. Lift hill and launch on it. I'll show you in a minute. And that works quite nicely, actually, but again, there's just a few points that I'm not too happy. But this works really well. Again, got some great viewpoints, and especially at night time with all the reflections of the lights that are going to be coming in the future. Going to look really, really good, I think. Again, Giga, and that's all lit. It's going to be a great little coaster. I don't know if you noticed just there, the B&M goes straight through the middle of this, and there are some great interactions if you can time it right on the trails. So yeah, hope you enjoy, guys. And this bit's really cool, actually. I think I've got the spinning just right for the dips. How it comes in. And it's not so quick, it slows down a little spin. And then this bit, really, really cool. I love this bit. Just how it smooths around, stays in, gives it a little bit of a flick, and then you come into the box. And again, still some great viewpoints, especially that one. It's really great. It's a bridge over as well. So there we go. There was a viewpoint, actually, I think it was just here, which is really cool, because as you get these come round, you also get a loop come in, you've got the mouse in the background, it just looks really, really cool. Yeah, you see just across the lake, night time. Just works really, really well, and I'm not sure if I want to, but what I might do is stick fairy lights through the Giga as it goes round, maybe do a probably 100,000 trigger sequence. I haven't really had a go with triggers yet, so it's kind of something I've never really touched on, mainly because the previous setup I had didn't enable me to do the park how I wanted it and have, you know, loads of fountains and bits and bobs in there. Excuse me. But yeah, again, it's going to be like a open fronted kind of plaza area, and the viewpoints are just going to be great. They really, really are. So many interactions going on between the coasters, so much going on in the background, and that's kind of what I try and do throughout my parks. I mean, Pyrolandia, this time last year I think I released it roughly. My first mega park, even though it was kind of a miniature park, but for my setup that was kind of what I could do. Learnt a lot from there. Channel 5 gaming reviews have been great in respect of just detailing where I thought the points were bad after they kind of reviewed it, and you don't realise it until someone else looks at it and actually gives you the feedback you need. And the Cascade coaster in Pirates Cove was literally built from everything that Johnny and Zell had kind of made comments on right from Pyrolandia through, because I had another one in Thunderland, but also in a few personal builds that I haven't shown anybody. There's a few bits in there as well, and you just learn these techniques of, like with the water on Pirates Cove, that was all about kind of making it look like a water coaster, you know, like it's an aqua park or something like that, kind of getting that look. It's so hard to get anything done with water trying to cover a track, so all I literally used was the fire hydrant. Fire hydrant, where's the water, where's the water? Nope. Oh well, can't find it. So I'll grab out water. There it is. So all I did with that was literally X'd it, flipped it over, sprinkle it like so, duplicate, and then literally just repeated that throughout the track, and it kind of made it look like water was going in the direction. It was the only way you could really do it. I tried to find some videos on it, but that was the best way I kind of worked it out. I tried using like the water splash, but the problem was because you got the water effect, it was coming over the rocks, so you couldn't quite really get it. But worked nicely. It wasn't too bad. But I love this. This just looks wicked, this little mine train. Genuinely, just great little bit of kit, this. I love, there's a view from here I did in one of my videos, I think it's about here. And you get all three trains going around at the same time, and it just looks brilliant. And I can't wait to theme this. This is going to be a Western style theme. So, going to be good fun, I think, because I'm a bit Western personally, not showing a lot of it. But I think this is going to be good when it's done. So, I'll have a little ride, I think. So, spoil that. Okay, so we're going to try to view on this one. Wow, 10 viewers, mate. Hi guys, welcome. And a huge thank you to all my new subscribers, if there's any here, or existing ones, obviously. Hi. So yeah, again, we're going to have a lot of, if anyone's seen Pyrolandia, the mine train on that, stupidly quick, to be honest with you, now I look back on it. But what I did have in there was a lot of woodwork holding it up, and it really did look good. And that's going to be all through here. So you can be able to see through it, you can be able to see trains going through it and so forth. It's going to look really, really good. You can see I kind of started work on there. I love how close it looks, very, very smooth. And it just works really well. I think I just got to adjust the timing a tiny bit. As it goes up here, I think it may stop at the top. I'm not sure if that's in test mode or now, but look, I've just got such great views, so much going on. And again, there's still so much more to add and do. I'm not too happy with that area. I think that area there needs, behind the big wheel, needs something. But this works really, really well. Marley. Marley. Buddy. Marley. Come on, buddy. Down. Good boy. Good boy. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. So yeah, lovely and smooth, and it just uses its own power to get back to the station, which works really, really well. Come back down. Thank you. Sorry, guys. So yeah, what else we got? I won't show you this yet. You kind of already seen that. So yeah, was going to put another little coaster in here maybe. Not sure fully what, but I've really got to do something with this Giga. I did have the Intamin style Giga in there, but I don't like the track on it. Just can't do the track. Build a Marley coaster. Cheers, Bill. There he is. Hi, Marley. There we go. There you go. Marley and me. That's what I should call the channel from now on. There we go. Ruff. What? Anyway, that's Marley, guys. Still growling. There you go. So let's have a little ride of this. This is good fun coasters. Do seat here. Hi, Ultimate Wrecker. How are you, sir? Lady? Madam? Not sure. There we go. Marley, stop growling. Sorry, guys. You gotta love him. He's a terror. Anyway, really happy with this one. There's a couple of bits I want to change, as you'll see as we go through. The corkscrews, I think, is not as good as I'd like it to be. This is kind of based on something I went on many years ago with Paris, called Corkscrew, evidently. But just brought a little bit more to it, kind of touches I wanted. So happy with that, happy with this bit, but it's just this next bit I need to sort out. So I need to make that a little bit more. Probably do my own piece on that. And I didn't really want to show me on this, but there we go. So just a little bit of detail in there, nothing major. Works out quite nicely. What else have we got? ThemeWorks, dude, how the devil are you? So, oh, there we go, right at the top of the lift hill. Hey Dan, how's things, my dude? Loving the stuff on Twitter. So yeah, where are we? B&M, lift hill at first, and then into launch. So you've got a bit of both worlds. Been on a few coasters with Hulk in Florida. Gives you a headache every single time I ride it anyway. But love it. One of those gotta do it coasters. And I wouldn't say this is based on it, it's not at all, but it just gives me that kind of feeling in some aspects. So, not happy with this. It's just something I threw in. I've never done that. Don't get the feeling of it. And then my stall turn here over the entrance at night time, beautiful. And then, nice little break section, good views again. And then this bit, love this bit, it's really nicely, but then I've got to sort this out. And then again, this section here. So I just got to figure that one out. I want to kind of keep that kind of style to it. I enjoy this bit, reminds me of the Kingdom of Bush Gardens. And then just slowly around back into the station. So, hope you like the coasters, guys. So yeah, I don't know what else to really show you. Give you some views, I suppose, from the excuse me, chairlift. I must admit, I do love this station. It's coming in really nicely. again, looks a little bit kind of not finished around the bottom edges, so gonna need some edging around there just to kind of trim it off. And again up here, as the wall meets the floor, just needs something. Happy with the roofing. We do have glazing and then we have open areas as well. Not too sure what to do with these lights, whether to sink them or try and use some art pieces to kind of blend them in, maybe. Not too sure, but you can see I use an art piece there just on top of the little lamp, and it just makes it look like a, just suits it really, really nicely. Excuse me. Got to stop saying nicely, I keep saying nicely. Suits it really well. But yeah. Back up to 10. Welcome, guys. Welcome, if you're joining or returning. But yeah. It's one thing that's quite amazing. I started this game literally 2 years ago, pretty much to the day. And didn't have a clue how to play it. Didn't know anything really apart from watching a few guys, theme park worldwide. Had a great series, built a few parks at the beginning, and he was the one that kind of made me fall in love with the game. Cheers, Dan. That is the intention, mate. And the next station coming up will be replicated in a similar fashion, sir. But yeah, theme park worldwide. Literally, that's their YouTube. Not plugging it. Don't need it. Not fussed. But all I mean by it is that he does a great Planet Coaster series, and he just basically builds mega parks. And his setup was the same as mine, pretty much. And I don't know how he did it, because it was just, yeah, I suffer getting down to 5 FPS. I can't play the game, and that's why I kind of build to a certain size, and haven't always finished stuff off in my reviews if you've seen them. And yeah. Hey, Classic, how are you, sir? Madam, not too sure again, not only spoken a couple of times. Welcome. Where was I? Yeah, so I started watching Theme Park Worldwide, great guy. We originally started watching him in respect of him going around the world and visiting all the theme parks and living it large, should we say. But then I noticed he did Planet Coaster videos, and yeah, fell in love with it basically. He used to play Roller Coaster Tycoon when I was a lot younger, a lot younger. Yeah, I'm all good, Parrot. Cheers, dude. And saved up for a PC, bought it second hand. Was running an AMD FX 6300 when I bought it. Got it up to an 8350, and was running a GTX 1070 graphics card, which I am still now. So everything that you've seen that I've built was done on that computer. So, and it's similar to what Sean does at Theme Park Worldwide, but he just made me fall in love with the game. Anyway, so bought it. 2 years down the line, this is where I am. And everybody that asks me, all I literally say to you guys, and the only thing you can say to people is watch, practice. That literally is how I've got to where I am. I would have never thought, looking back 2 years ago, that I would be a master builder on the Planet Channel 5 gaming, basically. I started watching that when I started playing Planet Coaster, and the stuff that people build are far beyond what I build. And what I mean by that is I'm not, I can't fantasize like in the last competition, for instance, doing an asteroid and using the Hellion loop to do inside an astronaut's helmet looking out to space. I mean, that was just phenomenal. I mean, I don't know how you come up with those things, but how I build is very realistic. I build how I've seen things over the years. You could say Jules Verne in Euro Disney or Disneyland Paris, however you want to say it, is kind of this kind of style around the blimp in the Futureland. And, a lot of aspects that I've built are based on things I've seen or I've experienced coaster-wise and building-wise, really. But, yeah. So that's, yeah, I mean, anyone can ask me anything, and I'll try and explain my best if that's of any use. But yeah, love the game. Wish it was different behind the scenes in respect of how it ran, that you didn't have to do what you have to do with a PC. And I feel quite sorry for the guys that got the console version. I kind of said back, oh, crikey, I can't remember, I think it was about a year ago when we all first found out about it. I think it was roughly a year ago, or a little bit longer than that. I said it just won't work, and they've done the best they can with it. And I think a lot of people should appreciate that, because PC gaming is not cheap. I wouldn't say I've spent thousands, not at all. I've just done the best I can. I've sold my stuff to pay for other stuff, to upgrade. I haven't been able to use my computer at times because I've sold something to save up to get something else. So, you know, we all get there in the end, and I'm still a way off. Graphics card in 6 to 12 months time, and you know, things will just get even better, even though it's working quite well right now. The GTX is getting on a bit now. But yeah, there you go, guys. I hope you're enjoying the stream. I mean, should we load? I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll load. What should we load? Let's load. Where is it? Nah, we'll save that one for Christmas. Let's do episode YouTube part, Woody Cloud, Fundland, 4040 contest. Let's have a look at Pirates Cove, because that was an awesome build. Someone commented on the Channel 5 comments saying that there's no way this took 9 days. Congratulated me on the detail. But he physically and blatantly describes that no one could build anything like this in 9 days. And for the people that followed me, it was done in 9 days. I was building the park you just saw, and I was uploading videos live at the time. Had no other thought to anything, and then I can't remember the dates, but what was it? Thunderland review came out, and literally at the end of that Thunderland review, Zell and Johnny said, "We so hope you are in the mini contest," and that was with, I think it was 10 days to go till the end of the contest. And then I literally sat there, we looked at each other, and I said, "Shall we do it?" And lo and behold, this is what we came up with. Yeah, you'll see there's also another video of the stills that I tried to take every day, but some days I got to the end of it and I just wanted to turn the PC off, so couldn't really have the energy to do it. But what they show is the first few pictures are literally, as I said in the other park, coaster layout, ride layout, pathing or paving, and your general station building structure. So a base wall, what type of kind of roof you're looking to go for. And then I did the castle area just around here to kind of break it up a little bit. But yeah, I'm really happy, and there's only one thing that's an absolute joke, which I totally forgot to do. Somewhere around here there is a city noise area speaker, but it only pops up every now and then, and I can never find it. But yeah, basically one rule of thumb when you're putting, how can you put it, outside noise or whatever you're doing, like with the sea, etc. Duplicate it, but when you duplicate it, make sure you've got the actual noise you want on there. I made a little mistake in replicating 2 or 3, thinking that they were all insect and bird noises, and it turns out they're horns. But I can't quite. There you go. Somewhere. But for the love of money, I have no idea where I put it, or them. But it's not too apparent, which is really cool. So yeah, but the one thing I love about this part is basically the detail. Cheers, Coaster Lover. I love this part. This just literally was piece by piece by piece by piece. You know, a lot of people have commented on the railings and stuff like that would take forever. Actually, it's one of the most simplest and quickest and easiest things to do. It's very, very simple. Excuse me, sorry. Literally just build one section. Tired. Let's just grab this one. I'll just grab this one for instance. Excuse me. Actually, we'll do this one. So, all you do, multi-select the bits you want, and then one post. And then literally, you just want advanced tool, okay? And then we just want to block off this area. So really, really easy. And then just literally, providing you've built the first one on exactly the same axis. And what I mean by this is that when you do that piece, you just select that and don't turn it all up. So you know, if people want me to show you that, I'll show you that. But they're the little bits that make things so easy. So you know, there's 4 meters, no, 2, 4, 6, 8, 4 meters, 8 meters, however you want to do it. Done in about 10-15 seconds. So again, it's just practice, practice, practice. But everybody has their own techniques. You know, I've taken techniques over the years, over a couple of years, and basically turned them into my own little thing. A few things I want to do with this. I was not happy when I saw the reviews and saw a skull there. Not good, Ryan. Not good. And then also, everyone raved about it. This little bugger. Pardon the language. Sorry, guys. Yeah. I actually only noticed this myself after the Channel 5 gaming review. And as to why in the comments I said there was a few bits I wasn't happy with that I wish I could have, which I wish I'd noticed before I submitted. But the 9 days was just hell. Literally 10 to 15 hours a day. I wasn't working at the time. And yeah. Oh, cheers, mate. It's appreciated. I mean, Pirate, I'm going to be honest with you, it's not hard to do. It's basically just knowing the pieces you have. And what I mean by this is if you actually look at this one whole scene just here, you got one roof style, one wall style. You've got one rock type, one type of bush, maybe 2 actually, I think, but just one for most part of it. And then you got palm trees, and you got one type of wood for the main structures, and then just the smaller beam wood. So there's actually only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to 9 different type pieces. So you could say it's very repetitive, but then it's all about how you structure them together and how you place them. You know, but then again, it's also about knowing the game and how the game works. You know, how you can put things together. Don't use advanced tool all the time. Let things just kind of, I can't remember what they call it. Just normal placement. Align to surface, there you go. You know, do that, and that's how I do this. And then what I do is I get it to the angle I want, and then I advance, just literally slide it down the rock, and it looks as though I've kind of gone, oh crikey, I'll put it there, or tilt it, or twist it and put it down. No, literally just place it on the rock and then slide it down. So, just show you. Duplicate. So I haven't got it on the line to surface, so click align to surface, click there, exit, and literally you've got about seconds instead of literally grabbing it. So you know, if you place it with not being aligned to surface, so it would kind of be about there. You then have to kind of put it where you want it, and then lower it a bit, and then click it. So, you know, it's just techniques. And you'll see here now, I've got to do that, I've got to do that. And it's just literally little bits of processes that make things quicker. Cheers, mate. Some simplicity of the pirate park. Well, I wouldn't say it's simplistic. There's not really an inch of the park not covered. But what I meant by how simple it is just the pieces you use. Maybe that's where we're going with that comment. But again, barrel after barrel after barrel, but it's how you lay them out. Put them in different orders, lay them on their sides, stack them on the boats, just use the boxes. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces to create that area right there. Apart from a bit of rope and that, so 10, 11 pieces just to do that area there. And then like this area just here, this was one of the first things I built in the park, was this pier, because one of the comments Johnny said in Pyrolandia in the Channel 5 review was basically you should have done like a harbour style take shanty town look. I wouldn't say it looks too shanty, but you've got that Caribbean style openness to the buildings with the, you know, I can't remember what they call this, stucco wall style. And then these all work together. So the colours, the textures and everything. You know, that's how I look at the game. And again, colourings, different colour woods and so forth, it just all blends. Putting little things in like the skulls just as a finished piece. Having the cannons, oh look, see look, another one not right, it's going through the rope. So there was a lot of bits in here that I wasn't happy with. One thing that I did do, which no one has noticed, is I put these banners. At the request of the other half, which took an absolute age. Yeah, for some reason, I found it extremely hard to get it in the middle of that rope and have it straight up. It's like the rope goes off to the left as it goes up to the top here. It literally, so every single one you had to put into position. But no one's noticed it, but what it does is it just gives it that whole party look, even though they're not colourful. And it's the bits that are added to the ship, the ropes here, the dangle ropes, the skull, and it's just little bits. And you know, that's just the normal ship that comes with the game. And again, just making sure you put things at the right angles. Again, I didn't, contradicting what I'm saying, but hey. And then just have these animatronics in there. You know, there's little noises. There should be, there you go, harmonica going. So as you literally walk past here, you just get this faint noise of a harmonica. It just reminds me of, I don't know, Pirates of the Caribbean at Disney and stuff like that. Again, we've got a guy looking out here. No one noticed. Oops, oh no, that's a window. Opening. And then another thing, flags, it's just little bits, all the flags that are upright are literally pointing the same way. So apart from obviously the ones that you can't, but the actual upright flags. So I went with that on the ship. So I looked at the ship and I thought, they're going that way. So if I put any more upright flags on, they'll all go this way as well. And it kind of looks as though the wind's coming in from this direction. Works really, really well. And again, I was a bit rushed, 9 days, didn't quite get to finish the, well, I basically didn't know what I was doing. So I didn't know what I was building, I didn't know, all I knew theme-wise was that I was going to go pirate. That was literally it. And that's the reason why this is here. One thing I didn't notice when I did the scenario mode to lay out the map was that it was dirty water. So this could have been so much better. and it would have been so much more scenic. And one thing I didn't know in the rules was that you were allowed to place things outside. So I was reading the old rules from the original statement from the contest. So if I'd have known that, I'd have done a little island, and then with the sunrise coming through, I would have probably put this over here and moved everything around, you know. But again, it's all about the visuals. So that is one thing I love at this actually. It's 5:49 p.m. It's just perfect. Absolutely perfect. I'm not gloating. This to me is just stunning. It really, really is. So I'll do a ride for all of you all. Just let's keep out of these. There we go. So I'll do C2. So how are we all, guys? We all good? Hope you're enjoying and not rambling on too much. I'll keep quiet now and let you enjoy One-Eyed Willy. And yes, it is from the Goonies. There we go. Yeah, we'll ride this at this time. So what I tried to do with this tidal wave, no, road wave, sorry. And again, you can see it's just the standard bush amongst the rocks. You've got the ambient sounds of the jungle style there, the ride, or the music from the ride working really, really well. Again, just reminds me of stuff like Pirates of the Caribbean, Jungle Cruise at night time, stuff like that. And I purposely did put the barrier up there to block the view. Just the colours, I love the colours. And there's no playing with the cameras, this is how I've done it. It just looks so vibrant. And now if I'd have known I could have filmed outside, I was thinking well, it looks like a river. Everyone to their own, I guess. And fake this one. I thought it was just really cool. And that was all, that literally was, I wouldn't say designed by Channel 5, but their whole comments on how a water cascade should be, that was kind of what it was based on. All the advice and criticism, however you want to put it, because it was criticism at first. You know, the water sections were too long, so I thought I'd just put it in at the beginning here, so that you've got that kind of like slow build up, and then you've got the great views. You see the coaster coming through, and I absolutely love this view just here. Watching this coaster come around, it just looks amazing. It's a shame I only got 6 in the contest in my bracket, but I did go from expert to master, which is quite nice. It really is. Like I said a little while back, 2 years ago, would have never envisaged being, you know, known, should I say, for what I build. But again, rule of thumb again with this, it was basically copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, and the queue line was done within about half an hour, and then it's trimming up the woodwork. Just thinking how you can run a common thing for each kind of, keep it queue line, basically. So this one's got that kind of, I don't know what to call it really, chain look, skull kind of thing to it, and you've got the small lanterns. And that was one thing actually no one's picked up on. Each queue is different, so you've got small lanterns in this one. Whoa. I love this game, really, really love this game. Then you've got the, you know, the string lanterns on this particular one. So all the lighting is different at every main attraction station. And then this area I've gone fully for the flame effect. So you've just got different looks throughout the park, which I'm slightly surprised no one picked up on. And again with the main pathing, you've just got yellow lighting through. So you've got your differentiate, I can't say the word, pardon the dyslexia, the difference between each area, should I say. So it kind of, one thing that does, especially at night time, is it never feels small, because you're literally, it opens everything up, it gives it its own world, it doesn't have to fill it. And one thing you can do that with is just purely lighting. And it's one thing I love doing. I just love being able to make them look great. You know, I don't actually do much on this one, because just the lighting itself, a little bit around here, a lot around the back here to build up the back, just get the look in. So, we'll have one ride on this then. Guys, unless anybody wants me to talk about Thunderland. 2 days, 7 of you watching. And then maybe next time around we'll have a little bit more mental energy hole and build some bits, and you guys can join in, and I don't know, say what you want built and I'll give it a go. I do actually want to work on a Christmas park of sorts soon. Get something done. Did the snow globe last year, so we'll see. But yeah, loved how this came out. I also know I was picked up on this little sharky. There's a shark that swims around. Just above the surface. And also, when they say everything was themed, it literally was individually themed. No one picked up on the back of here. On the back here. Literally everything. List. There's this queue line being ready for here. Just continuing that shop floor through. This was nice, this kind of and like Johnny said, that's pretty epic. It wasn't intentional. Again, if you've seen the video of the stills, you'll see that literally they were just rides at first. I think I did this hill first on the first day, but yeah. Funland. I'll tell you what, let's have a little look at Pyrolandia. Where is it? Pyrolandia. Where are you? Actually, there's one thing a lot of you guys haven't seen, even though there's only 6 here. The part looks really nice. Thank you, Gavin. That's appreciated, mate. Is Project Pier. So I'll just load that up, guys. Cheers, Gavin. That's appreciated, mate. So, this was actually my first build, major build, should I say, and the first item that got reviewed by the Nexus crew. So that's Wix and Pretzel, and a few of the guys, Combat, Mango, Synchros, all lovely guys. Genuinely lovely guys. Kept me happy for a while now, and it's been nice to catch up with them every now and then. Cheers, Duckman, appreciate it. But that's a nice channel to be a part of on Discord, if any of you aren't, which is just Nexus Crew. I'm on there, so you can search for me and tag me if you want, and then just join that way. But lovely bunch of guys. Just started doing contests for anybody that's part and wants to take a join in. Probably a little bit more low key than Channel 5 gaming, especially after the last contest, 200 odd entries, which took friggin' 3 months to do. 3 months nearly. But this was for them. They wanted some stuff for their Blueprint Bonanzas, which is linked to Channel 5 Gaming, and I thought I'd start building some stuff. And I wanted to do a pier. And I think this came out really well. I wouldn't say it was based on any pier in particular, but more than anything, just a UK style kind of thing. I didn't want to do a front with a road and stuff. My computer wouldn't have been able to take it. So we came up with this, and I thought this was really cool. Came out nice. First time I used Theme Maker's Toolkit, and I'm glad I did, because of the... Oh, cheers, Gavin. That's really cool, man. Really nice bunch of guys. Had a load of people join recently, so there's, all different age groups and all different types of builders and so forth, different levels, skills, all sorts. And if you ever need advice, it's always good to literally just ask, and the guys will help out the best they can. I love that view. But yeah, really nice bunch of guys. What you see here is just with these are a Theme Maker Toolkit, but from a distance it just sets it off lovely. These lights are the flickering lights, they're not two on top of each other or anything like that, and I just did them all white because I wanted that kind of sparkle effect, and it worked really well. I think, to be honest, with these ones I should have kept them static. But then as you come in here, I didn't know what to put, and I was going crazy with the Theme Maker's Toolkit, and look, here we go. Naughty Ryan. Anyway, but it's, this is all done up here, not massively, but just little bits, and it was just kind of dumping stuff up there, really. Didn't know what to do. I love lighting in here, it works really well, but literally this was the first time I used. Hey Baz, how are you, my man? Loved your builds yesterday, dude. Worked out. They were working really well, man. I really liked them. They were nice. I love the detail coming on in. Where was I? Yeah, I just went crazy with Theme Maker's Toolkit on this. I really did. The snow cones, the pinball machines, the bags, the Wi-Fi signs, the Wi-Fi unit, the paintings, you name it. And it's funny that everybody was using penguins in the contest, and my first build had penguins. Okay, they're not pink, but they're purple beaks. Maybe I was destined to be a pink penguin, whatever it means. But yeah, again, just going for realism. Got the old security cameras. I went a bit crazy with the signs, but if anyone's been to a UK pier, it's always very, well, I wouldn't say always, because I'm nearly 40, and when I used to go, they were always quite bright and fun and all sorts. I know things have changed over the years, but I'm not here to make comments on everybody's thoughts. But this just reminded me of being a bit younger, turning up to the pier and looking at it at night time, especially from there, and seeing the reflections. It's just stunning. I did my own little light display in here. I did go crazy with light triggers on this one, but it was just light triggers really. But all I did was place the lights in and change the timing by 0.2, I think it was, on each light. So I'd have one at 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, but then I'd swap them around. So there's no actual trigger sequence, it's just basically they go off at different times, but it just gives that better effect of lighting on here and up at the top. Ah, sharing the love. Cheers, Parrot. Baz is a good builder, man. His last episode on the tube looked really, really nice. Really nice. And actually gave me some ideas for some bits, so it's nice to share amongst us smaller communities, should we say. And to be fair, did I think I'd be doing this, talking to people I hardly know? No, didn't. But it's nice to build up a little fan base for all of us, really. You know, that don't have a million followers and so forth. It's just nice to catch up, show everybody what you've done over the time that you've been building, and pick up techniques along the way. It's good, sharing the love, sharing the love. So yeah, you can see the theme maker's toolkit, crazy pieces, these signs, and little security cameras everywhere, neons everywhere, keep out, danger of death signs, danger, danger, danger. But then you got the detail, you know. It just looks really nice, little air vents. That's from the Ghostbusters pack, I think. But yeah, British pier-like. And I no longer need to put this sign in my parks, because I don't have any more lag. So there was one thing I did do when I was building this. There was a theme maker toolkit dolphin that literally would jump out of the water. I don't think it used to flip, it just used to kind of like jump. And I kind of put that down here, but I took it out because it didn't look right. But one thing is, shop tower is a little bit bright, and that literally is because I put too many lights in there, far too many. But it works. Coaster's okay. It's not brilliant, but it's okay. Oops. Have a little ride. A bit rough, to be honest. What I should have done was make the pool a bit bigger. I don't know, it just reminded me of Brighton here, having a looping coaster. It does 2 minutes. It's kind of gave me that idea. But at this time, with my building style, I didn't really have a sense for the speed and how to set the coasters up well. You gain that with knowledge of how the game works, you know, and how smoothly you make things. But yeah, come out really, really nice. So didn't stick to my new park, but we've had a look through everything, and problem is, I think if I load up Thunderland, I'm going to have to download all the Download all the toolkit items. So we have one look at the little snow globe, because people had asked about that in the past. I was going to save it for another time, but we'll have a look. I actually completely agree with that, Parrot. Completely agree with that. Because they are rough as. They really are. I haven't been on one for years, as to the reason why. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this, guys. This was last year's Christmas build, done in a month, if I remember rightly. And it's just, I love it. Absolutely love this, and it still gets loads of praise, which is lovely. And it works so well. So anyway, shall we have a ride on the coaster, guys, and then I'll go. I think I'm done for the evening, if that's okay with you all. If no one's seen it before. Quick walk round. Cheers, Kevin. It's nice to speak to someone that's actually downloaded it. Absolutely. Still to this day, I can't believe it turned out how it did. Molly! Molly! Cheers, dude. Sorry about that, guys. What happened to your comment there? Where was I? Yeah, again, like with all my builds, there's no major plan from the beginning, apart from the fact that I want to do something for Christmas. So this is what resulted. Again, was restricted by performance of my PC at the time. There are a few Easter eggs, so we got lucky just there. There's a number of characters placed all around the park. We've got Bambi, and then we got C-3PO and R2-D2. Beep beep. And then Zerg, Emperor Zerg, Buzz Lightyear, and Woody. And then as we look around the park, there is Pluto, just there. And then I remember his name, look at Lumiere, just here. If anyone knows me and follows me, you know I love Disney. Like a second. And there's Winnie the Pooh and Eeyore. Eeyore! So I'm trying to remember. Belle and the Beast. An entrance to the restaurant and the hotel. So, little Easter eggs, nothing major. But one thing I loved about these was the idea for the presents. I kind of went with a snow globe Christmas Day feel, if anyone's read the description, if you've downloaded it. So basically, wake up Christmas morning, go downstairs, open the presents, boom, have a play. That's kind of what it do. There's Piglet. And again, same thing with the barriers, just repetition, 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 repetition. Repeat, repeat, repeat. A lot of people have asked me why I didn't have snow going everywhere. One main reason for that, you have to have a million blimmin', what do you call them, like spray things sitting there, and it would have completely destroyed the look of the dome, or the globe, shall I say. So what I did instead was I found this blueprint actually on Steam Workshop, and I modified them a little bit throughout to suit. But basically I thought I'd put snow machines in them, and yeah, that's kind of what we went with. So that's why we've got little piles of snow around the park. Absolutely adore these. Absolutely adore this. Absolutely adore that. So absolutely. It's Disney again. Love it. Fast pass. But it's the wrapping paper. I think the wrapping paper turned out so well. It really, really did. And again, these were just theme make talk at my time. And again, the Santa, which is lovely. Just a little chocolate and paving. Again, the snow just came out the bell at the top and stuff. It's just the edge strip of the reef everywhere, absolutely everywhere. It just looks so good. The only thing I've suffered with a little bit was the paving. I didn't know how to work the paving at the time, so you get these odd little bits of rock coming through the roofs, just in this bit. But again, if I'd have known how to change things and do things back when I did this, again, we just got snow coming out the lantern. I made these presents. So I've got some snowmen in here. And then Stitch. Just there. Hiding in the middle. Just there. We've got Pink Cat from Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland. One more, I think, which is one of the green boxes up here has got a crush. What's its face? Find him. There it is. Just there. On top of the green parcel. So yeah, a few little Easter eggs. Nothing major. It was just my little kid to myself kind of thing. But come out really, really nice. I think this did. It was really, really well received. And very, very, I wouldn't say unexpected, because I really enjoyed making this. But it's like the lighting as the train goes round. What I tried to do there was, oh wicked, you can go up the ball. No way, sweet. Learn something new every day, guys. So I'm in Tejicam right now, and I'm going up. Wicked. How cool is that? How cool is that? I didn't know I could do that. As I always say about this game, new things every day. So yeah, not your traditional theme park, but a really good looking park. And by the looks of it, a lot of others, it's had a lot of downloads. What are these trains? Okay. Surely they're working. Ah. So yeah, I put lighting on the edge here, so that when the train goes around, it lights up. Absolutely awesome. And on the outside, oh, excuse me. The cool thing is, from outside, it works so well. And that again is just a Christmas tree train. So if you have one of those electric trains that go around the bottom of the trees, yeah. Cheers, Parrot. Appreciate it. I'm proud of this one. I like this one. So we'll just have a little bit of go on the coaster. Please remember my old PC played slower, so the coaster felt slower when I was building it. So I had to build the tree first to then to be able to do the coaster. So I'd already had 4 to 10,000 pieces in the park already with the base, so the frame rate was much lower on my old PCs, or old setup. Yes. Hi Ryan, yeah mate, I did make this. This is mine. Check it on the workshop dude if you want. Links in the bio. But yeah, this is mine. I made this. Took a month. November last year. It was, I think, the Nexus cruise stream was on the 1st of December last year, if I remember rightly, for the Christmas builds. And Wixie, shout out Wix, did a review of it for me, and everybody liked it. Yeah, I think it was actually on YouTube, dude. Yeah, because I've got the link in one of my playlists. I think it's the My Planet Coaster playlist. The Nexus Crew reviews in there, along with all my other reviews from everybody. Shout out to Sammy Ray, from Germany. Lovely guy. Did a very, very special video for me of Fundland. Bless him, because my frame rate was so low. He kindly offered to do a lovely review for me at with a nice frame rate, but also do his opinion of it as well, which was really, really nice. So let's give this a ride. Excuse me. Here we go, guys. We'll go do this one in track. Only reason being is flailing arms. Oh, nightmare. So yeah, this is a bit. If I'd have done what I did with the snow globe, cheers, Ryan. Thank you for letting me know. Is that better, sir? How's that, Ryan? Is that better? So here we go. So this is a little bit over-paced, should we say. It's a little bit too quick at times. We'll start riding that again in a sec. Hold on. So, master volume. Oh yeah, the music's super loud on this one. Right. Is that any better, guys? I hope it is. Let's start again. There we go. Yes, it does, dude. It does have some crazy loud sound effects. But are we good now with the volumes? Yes? Obviously, I can't hear it because I'm not listening to myself. I sound silly now. Sorry. I'll tell you what I am looking at. Oh, that's the snow coming down. I did snow between the... Perfect. Cheers, Ryan. Thank you. That helps me set it up as it's my first stream. Thank you, sir. I should have done snow all the way through here. That would have looked nice. And that would have made everything twinkle like it did at the station. That was good. Alright, let's speed this up a tad. And then finally at the top here, we have Buzz Lightyear again. Snow coming down with Wendy and Peter. This looks like a chimney. It's a Christmas Day snow globe, dude. It is a good idea though. I don't know if it will work here, as in the basis of it was coming down from your bedroom and opening your presents, if you didn't know that, dude. Yeah, we could have done, yeah, could have done something like that, I suppose. Yeah. Just went with the big tree. It's a shame there wasn't a competition for this. This would have worked perfect for the 40-40 contest. What people designed in that. Cheers, Ryan. So guys, I'm nearly done. Is there anything anybody would like me to run through or have a look at in respect of Thunderland? Where was Thunderland? This is not good. Which one was it? Oh no. Oh guys, this will take forever. Right, I'm going to do it, guys, and I'm just going to have a 5-minute break. Maybe not. Hold on. Oh, it's died. Has it died? I think my computer's died, guys. It hasn't. Ah, no. Oh, okay. Cancel. Cancel. What? Oh, what's going on? Right, I'm going to have to cancel the stream, guys. But thank you for joining me. And thank you to all my new subscribers, if any of you were watching. And I hope you've enjoyed. And I hope I haven't gone on too much. And see you next time, I guess, because my computer's gone to pot. So, all the best for now. Keep safe, people. Not a great world at the moment, but